We are coming to you live from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speezak,
a.k.a. The White Lie.
And the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
That would make me the Black Truth.
Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Monday night, March the 18th, 2019. We thank you so much for being with us here on Periscope and over on the YouTubes. And a special shout out to all of you joining us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Speez Benchmark is where you want to be. The Periscope's going away soon, folks. We're still going to have the replays on the YouTubes, but we're going to the Twitch. So make sure that you follow us over there. The Nightbot is waiting for you guys that are there on Twitch. Exclamation point commands if you want to get in on that fun. And if you want to help out the program here, you can continue to drop those super hearts over on Periscope, or you can leave us a tip at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. Because as Silky's fond of saying,
these bills need to get
paid.
Okay,
there he is. There he is, folks. Welcome back to the Benchmark Professional Wrestling there. And, of course, the phone lines are open if you want to talk to us live. 832-937-4559 is the number to get in.
That's 832-93-SILKY.
832-93-SILKY. Silky's still trying to get back into the swing of things after being gone on Wednesday. He's blowing up his phone here. I don't know what the hell's going on. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
I'm trying. We're doing the fucking show. I got to worry about what you're doing.
Man.
All these people have been saying, "Where's Silky? I'm just Silky. Where's Silky? Silky. We want Silky back. Where's Silky?" And here he is, and you're fucking around on your phone. The people want Silky.
The people got Silky. What I'm doing is going through my phone and signing up and subscribing on Twitch.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone else
there you
should
go.
be doing.
That's what all you guys should be doing. So if you haven't done so yet, hit that follow button over on Twitch. The little heart there, just press the heart, follow us over on Twitch. And like I said, we're going in that direction. Hopefully, Silky will go in that fucking direction, get over out of my elbow space again.
I didn't come here for this bullshit.
Hell, hashtag welcome back, Silky.
Thank you.
You're on live. There it is. Good to see all of you guys. Brooke, good to see you. Jeffrey Cross, glad you're here. He's texting Dana Brooke. He wishes, DX. I have a present for you.
I got to text her. Make sure she's all right.
I have a present for you, and I don't have it here. I dropped the ball on that.
That means you ain't got shit.
No, I really do. I really do have something for you, but we'll have to, we'll have to do it next week. Missed the Speez nicknames because of this damn Whataburger commercial. I know, it's the Twitch thing, guys. You got to watch the commercial there. 832-93-SILKY, of course. Michael Berry Sr., shout out to you. Texas Legends, good to see you, sir. Brian, Monday Night Tins. I slept through the show, just woke up and checked what happened, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Well, we're going to talk about that. Title of tonight's show is Trudging the Road to WrestleMania, because holy shit, that's what it feels like we're doing. Good Lord, man. For the most hyped show of the year, WrestleMania, always a huge deal.
Yep.
Why does it feel like we're crawling to the fucking finish line to WrestleMania here, man? I mean, what are you hyped up about with regard to WrestleMania? Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Possible Reigns and McIntyre.
I
guess.
That's
a possibility.
I guess. What's up, Ravens Blood? Good to see you. Get the Tables is here.
Miz and Shane McMahon.
Jesus, don't get me started on that.
And what the fuck is it about? I know you was shitting on my power ranking.
Yeah, we're going to have a little discussion about that
later
on.
Let's have a talk about this. When I send in my motherfucking power rankings,
I read your fucking power rankings. I read the power rankings.
I fucking send them to you.
I read the power rankings.
So you said Shane McMahon.
I did not say Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, with his graphic, was up there on the screen at the number 3 position in the benchmark power rankings last week. When you took a full-on fucking vacation, not only from the program, but from fucking sanity, to put Shane McMahon in the fucking power rankings.
Who would you put over him?
Holy shit, where do we start? How about Bobby Lashley winning the Intercontinental title? How about that? How about Samoa Joe winning a fatal 4-way at the fucking pay-per-view?
He was on there.
Samoa Joe was not on there.
He should have. Well, some people get left off. It's a power rankings list.
Okay.
It's only 5 fucking spots, and him winning a title, retaining a title he already fucking had.
See, look at
look at this.
See my mic right here. See how much of my mic I got showing, and then there's Silky over here. You're compensating here, man. You're overcompensating is what you're doing.
Not my fault.
Slide over that way a little bit. Take your mic with you and even it out here.
It's still going to be bigger.
It's okay.
But
goodness gracious. Your Honor, objection to the power rankings. Yes, thank you very much, Mike Check. We'll get into that in a little bit.
No, you did not. Don't. You did not do right.
The Brooke knows.
I said this. I sent you the power rankings, right?
Yes.
You read them as I fucking send them to you.
And I read the fucking power rankings.
You skipped over one.
I have the fucking video here, and if I could get it on here without fucking up the program,
you know what? No, because you fucked. Our music sounded like balls because you fucked something up.
No, I didn't fuck anything up. I went to the DZW show on Saturday, worked the audio for a great show, brand new Domination Zone Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Luther Black. Congratulations to you, sir, from all of us here at the Speez and the Benchmark show. But Silky couldn't make it. The shoot job was there. Yeah, so I came back and all the shit's acting up today. But, hey, I had one job. There it is. See, the Nightbot's already telling me. Yeah. You had one job, Speez. One job.
Read that Shane McMahon was number 3 in the power rankings last week for the heel turn.
Are you reading what the Nightbot says right there? Shane McMahon once held the number 3 spot in the Benchmark power rankings. If that doesn't convince you that those rankings are complete horseshit, then nothing will. Okay, are you familiar with what the Nightbot is, Silky?
No.
Okay, Silky's new to the program, so I'm going to talk to all of you and kind of
it's my fucking show.
Educate everybody as far as what's going on. So the Nightbot is here to keep spam and all that kind of shit out of our chat here, but also it has certain commands. You can hit the exclamation point commands, type in commands, and you can see a list of them. So if you hit exclamation point and then a certain word or phrase, then the Nightbot spits back a certain command to you. Like if you hit exclamation point brawn, like Jody Mania did, it'll say, please put your nipple back in your shirt, Mr. Strowman. This is a family program. So Nightbot is just one of those things that the fans can interact with us and interact with each other. And so for power rankings, it says...
okay, so this is a bot that put all of this.
Yes. I enter in the commands so that our our fans have all this stuff going on here.
I call you White Boy Chris, White Problem, White Willie, White Bronco, Whitney Houston. That was one of my personal favorites. White Privilege, White Knight on the chessboard, Powder White, Tall Glass of White Milk, Son of a White Man, the Ritz Cracker. That was another good one.
Silverbeard was quite good.
Yeah, Silverbeard was good. Vanilla Cake, Vanilla Pudding.
Vanilla Cake, Vanilla Pudding, I think were your daughters know. Somebody's even got his kids coming up with bullshit.
And the Human Jar Mayonnaise, that's also great.
Which is a good one, yes. So, glad to have all of you with us here. We're going to talk a little Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk the road to WrestleMania here. And let's kick things off with one of the big announcements, or we would expect to have been one of the big announcements, was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle announcing his WrestleMania opponent for this year. And a lot of speculation as to who it could be. John Cena was a name that was thrown out there. You know, people even mentioned Chad Gable, who we had the one-on-one match with Chad Gable tonight.
Which was actually pretty good.
Was pretty good. But no, for those of you that did not watch Monday Night Raw, the WrestleMania opponent for Kurt Angle in his farewell match will be none other than Baron Corbin.
Baron fucking Corbin.
Now, if you watch the program, and you know, Silky and I are not huge Baron Corbin haters like a lot of people.
No, we're not.
We appreciate Baron Corbin for what he is. He's a good heel.
Great heel, great athletic, but just this character is just come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I really think I was really hoping it's someone like Cena who could. Because you could see in this match with Chad Gable that, you know, he's not what he used to be. So you need someone who's going to be able to give pomp and circumstance to the match.
Exactly.
To hide the fact that Kurt Angle is not the wrestling machine he once used to be. And that guy is not Baron Corbin.
Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. So, although I will say this. To me, the first thing that I thought of was, if Baron Corbin is actually telling the truth where he says, oh, it's great of Vince to let me pick my own opponent, and that way, and shout out to you, DX, for following us over on Twitch. If you guys could continue to follow us. We're 33 followers on Twitch. We got to get to 50 to become Twitch affiliates. So that's our goal. So if you haven't followed us over on Twitch, please do so. We would appreciate that. Kurt Angle said that he was allowed to pick his own WrestleMania opponent, and he chose Kurt Angle because there was nobody that he would rather beat than Kurt Angle or than Baron Corbin, because Baron Corbin's been fucking with him ever since he was the GM. And okay, fine.
It makes sense. I'll give him that. It makes total sense that he'd want to go out on wrestling Baron Corbin.
And my thought was, Kurt Angle's the kind of guy, or at least he seems like the kind of guy, that's perfectly okay going out on his sword and putting somebody else over on his way out. So we talked about John Cena. You know, John Cena didn't need that win. And yeah, Cena probably, for all intents and purposes, would have put Kurt Angle over. And that would have been fine. Angle could have gone out with a win. But I'd be willing to bet that Angle's the type of pro that says, no, if I'm going out,
you come in on top, you go out on bottom.
That's exactly right. You go out underneath and you put somebody else over on the way out.
I mean, he did it in TNA when he left TNA. I think he put Lashley over. And Galloway. So.
Well, there you go. Kurt will beat Corbin in a short match, then John Cena will come out, says Woken High Cat. We'll see. And, everybody Aaron from PWP seems to think it'll be a bait and switch as well. Brian says, bathroom break match, and after struggling tonight, Angle needs to quit now. Yeah, that was the thing, man. He really looked like, I tweeted this out earlier, man. It was hard to watch Kurt Angle in there.
It was. It very much was.
Man, he's just struggling. That's just, it's tough to watch. Ravensblood says, I think WWE is trolling us. Cole mentioned Corbin not caring about the Twitter responses. Plus, and then Corbin goes out and loses to Apollo. What the fuck's going on? I don't understand this build to WrestleMania. It's very odd. Let's.
That's probably, in my opinion, it's Corbin's up here. Well, up here. Angle is down here. So Angle's win will bring him up, but you got to bring Corbin down, or else Corbin's way up.
Is Corbin really way up there, though?
Well, compared to where Kurt Angle's performing right now, yes.
Well, performance-wise,
I'm talking about performance.
I see what you're saying.
So you need to bring him down with losses while you're bringing Kurt Angle up with wins, and then this could be a way that they do put Corbin over. Corbin goes on a losing streak while Angle's on that winning streak, and then at Mania, boom, kind of like a bait and switch, boom, Corbin wins. And that's a nice feather in your cap.
Yeah, this is true. No Effect says Kurt said he wanted to face Velveteen Dream before he retires. So I guess he didn't get to pick his final opponent after all. We'll see. When will you guys get that Corbin is one of Vince's guys and he's going to be in big spots in the future? Stop acting surprised. Yeah, DX, look, I'm not surprised that Corbin's continuing to get pushed, but that's a big fucking spot, man. Like, that's a big spot.
I don't know.
I think it's a pretty big spot.
Because it's just not the same Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? So, Ric
Flair wasn't the same Ric Flair, but if it's the last Ric Flair match, it's a big deal. Same with Kurt Angle. But they put him
with someone like Shawn Michaels, who, through the pomp and circumstance of all what Shawn Michaels brings to the table, was able to cover up any shortcoming Ric Flair. Ric Flair did not look like a shell of himself in that match. In fact, he looked like
he actually looked pretty good.
Yeah. This Kurt Angle, I don't see looking as good as Ric Flair did in that match.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. Let's get to this odd build to this year's WrestleMania. So we kicked off the show with Brock Lesnar showing up with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman doing his Paul Heyman thing because that's what he does.
Heymaning. Cutting
another good promo in front of the Chicago crowd there. And giving a few props to Drew McIntyre, who comes out and interrupts the Paul Heyman Brock Lesnar promo. Why? I have no idea. Apparently to say, basically what he came out there and said was, it's about time I start getting some respect around here, and I'm going to get some more later tonight when I beat Seth Rollins, and he's the last guy of the Shield that I got left to fuck up, and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, here comes Seth Rollins out of nowhere, starts beating the shit out of him with the chair. Which, before we continue, there's a video, and I retweeted it here, and I showed it to Silky because he actually missed this.
Oh,
what the fuck was Drew McIntyre doing taking those chair shots?
Twerking. He was literally twerking.
There's an angle from where this guy was sitting, and because if you saw, Drew McIntyre's on all fours, and he gets hit with the chair, and instead of falling on his stomach, he keeps popping back up. So his ass is just kind of popping up and down while he's getting beat with
twerking.
His chair.
Full on twerk.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Like, we need to put some Yin Yang Twins to that. Someone needs to make that a thing. That video with Yin Yang Twins. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Man. And it's fucking over. It's shutting the internet down.
What's up, Mads Entertain? Good to see you. Alistair Fane, yeah, I'm with you. Cut the same promo over and over. It's true. It's true. But, it's Paul Heyman. It's what he does. So, Seth, after making Drew twerk there, hops up in the ring with the chair. Brock bails. Does his great Brock thing where Seth talks enough shit to where Brock hands over the belt to Heyman and is like, hold this, I'm going to go fuck this guy up real quick. And everybody starts to get fired up, only to have Heyman talk him down, and they go to the back, which is great. That's how you build anticipation. It's great. It was very well done. Again, aside from the fact that Drew McIntyre had a match with Seth Rollins, I could see maybe Seth interrupting Brock and then McIntyre coming out, but McIntyre coming out there, it just seemed kind of awkward. But anyway, it
was all awkward the whole show. Like, I didn't like how, like, I guess it's because they're trying to make space for TV time to make sure they're in and right on time. But, like, for example, when Ronda came out and then she actually comes out, right? Does the Ronda walk to the ring.
She did the Ronda walk, yes.
Gets in the ring, music playing, they go to commercial. They come back from commercial, and it's Seth Rollins on the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Cutting an interview.
Exactly.
And then after the interview, it goes back, and then they start playing her music again, waiting for... And then they go back and have Dana Brooke talk.
It was the most awkward thing.
It was just like, there was a whole bunch of that, like these overlapping segments, which is just getting kind of annoying.
They're doing a lot of that. They are.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Thank you, Mel, for the...
Cut shit out of your show if you're that pressed for time.
This is true. Thank you, Mel, for the super hearts over there on Periscope. We appreciate that. Drew was liking his beating, apparently so, from the way he was reacting. First ever twerking chair shots in WWE history? I think so. So after that, we had Finn Balor come out. Everybody loves Finn Balor. Finn Balor had a tag team match against Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley tonight with a mystery opponent. And again, mystery partner, excuse me. Lot of build up. Who could it be? And it's Braun Strowman. Which is not terrible, but they've managed to put Braun Strowman in a position where I don't really get, like, I don't go, oh shit, it's Braun Strowman. But I don't go, oh yes, it's Braun Strowman. It's like, it's Braun Strowman.
Yeah. I can see that.
And don't you feel that about most everybody?
Yeah, it's like
most guys. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this build to Mania, man. It's just so kind of...
With Braun Strowman, I think it's just the inconsistent push, because sometimes he's pushed as this huge baby, and then sometimes then they follow that the next week and he's pushed as this mega heel. He's kind of changing as the opponents they give him. You know, next week he could be fighting with No Way Jose, and then he's the big fucking heel, you know, or fighting Ricochet, and he's the big fucking heel.
We'll get to No Way Jose in a minute and just submit it as well. But, yeah, it was very odd. So, interesting match between those two, I guess. You know, decent enough match. Mm-hmm. The part that got really interesting was after, or towards the end of the match, when Lio Rush, and I'll give Lio Rush this. That dude sold his ass off for Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman threw that fucking guy around like a rag doll. I mean, literally from the corner, threw his ass all the way to the other fucking corner. Lio Rush made Braun Strowman look fucking amazing, which was awesome. And towards the end of the match, Bobby Lashley was like, fuck this, I've had enough of this. He went to the back before the match was even over. Left Lio out there to get his ass kicked. So
fuck this shit, I'm out.
Exactly. So thank you, Otis Section, for the Super Hearts over there on Periscope. You keep those Super Hearts coming for a little while longer, gang, until we move on over to Twitch here. So once again, if you're just joining us, if you'd share the program, we always appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to us over on Twitch or followed us over on Twitch, head on over and do that. Speez Benchmark over on Twitch. Silky returns the same week as No Way Jose, says Mike Check. How about that?
No way.
And Jody says we didn't get our Lacey Evans interruption either.
Yeah, which was actually kind of good, but I was laughing my ass off because I saw the No Way Jose and Elias, and I love how Corey Gray said, why Jose wants to walk around looking like a margarita.
Yeah, exactly.
He really did.
If you haven't seen No Way Jose lately, you need to take a look, because he's got the like Oregon Ducks crazy lime green, also another kind of green,
tights or pants on, and then he's got
lime green fucking hair.
Yes, lime green fucking braids.
It's insane. But so before we get to that, because that was actually what was coming up next. Before we get to that, we had to review this Ronda Rousey beatdown of Dana Brooke last week. And we get this awkward segment where Ronda shows up with her husband, and they're Travis, whatever the fuck his name is. What's his fucking name? Travis Banks? Travis, what the fuck?
Travis Banks is a wrestler.
That's what I thought.
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown, thank you. I was going to say Travis Brown. I always get the fucking guys mixed up. Travis Brown and some random fucking referee who we don't know who the fuck he is. It's not Mike Chioda, it's the only referee that I know, but some random referee with a bunch of security guys walks up to Ronda and says, management's also told me that we were allowed to hire extra security because last week you fucked with us, blah, blah, blah. And Ronda goes, yeah, whatever, and they just walk away. And then we go to commercial break. Like, what the fuck was the point of that?
Yep.
Just so much
just so bad.
Random fucking weirdness. But anyway.
It's just so bad.
We get our moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss where Elias comes out. Thank you, Mr. Mad Dog Drake, for the follow over there on Twitch. Keep them coming, gang. We appreciate that. Moment of bliss with Elias where it is announced that Elias will be the main musical performer at WrestleMania this year. So, and Silky Baines followed our... Thanks a lot, Silky Baines, for following us over there on Twitch, man. We appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, Cringe, her husband is involved now. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like,
we're gonna get to... It's just... Hold on. We there's so much to get to. It's less than 3 weeks to WrestleMania, man.
Yep.
It's less than 3 weeks to WrestleMania, and there's so much just bullshit on the show.
As far as Raw, like I think SmackDown's doing pretty good hyping. Say what you will about Miz and Shane, it's a decently built match.
It is a very well built match. I'll give you that for sure.
So
I'll give you that. And the Kofi thing.
And the Kofi thing is a great build. So it's like SmackDown is building up their matches a lot better than Raw is, because I mean I just don't understand why that is, because it seems like Raw has the more significant things on the show.
You would think. Oh, one thing we didn't mention. When No Way... So, Moment of Bliss, Elias comes out. He's going to be the main performer on WrestleMania this year. And he's interrupted by No Way Jose and the conga line. And guess who's right there smack dab in the middle of the conga line? Silky, did you see it?
No, I did
not. I bet you missed it.
I did.
Your boy Otis Dozovich was in the middle of the... National treasure, Otis Dozovich.
Fuck, I hate that guy.
Right in the middle of the conga line. It was beautiful.
And that's,
Otis is outstanding.
Like. That's who you...
That is who I like. I love me some Otis. Exclamation point Otis in there if you want to hear the Nightbot's take on Otis. So Otis in the middle there. But anyway, then we get an impromptu match between No Way Jose and Elias 3 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yep.
Because we need that.
Because neither one of them are going to be on WrestleMania.
Yes. So Elias gets the win over. I don't know what else to say there. I don't know. No Way Jose maybe shows up in the Andre the Giant.
I mean, yeah, Classic. he'll be in the Battle Royal because that's where they put all the dregs that aren't important enough to put in actual matches.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Jeezy Biz says whoever writes for SmackDown, hire them Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing great with the builds there. So then we get Kurt Angle come out. Top of the hour, right at your 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern segment. Everybody's tuned in. All right, Kurt Angle going to tell us who he's picking, and he picks Baron Corbin. And again, I don't hate on Baron Corbin as much as other people do. Silky, I know you don't either. We both appreciate him as an athletic big man. He's a heel that people hate, which is what you're supposed to do. And people say, oh, well, he gets bad. He gets go home heat. Whatever the fuck that is. Like, people know what the fuck they're talking about. You boo Baron Corbin.
Because you don't like him.
You want to see Baron Corbin lose.
Because you don't like him.
Exactly. It's what's supposed to fucking happen. So anyway, but that's going to be it. Kurt Angle against Baron Corbin. And immediately after that, the Kurt Angle farewell tour continues with Chad Gable coming out. And, hey, props to Chad Gable. Chad Gable's great. He did great in a match against Kurt Angle. Of course, Kurt Angle comes out with the win. One of the things I really dug about this match was at one point, Chad Gable put Kurt Angle into the ankle lock. And Chicago booed his ass. They were like, fuck you, kid. You cannot do the fucking Kurt Angle ankle lock on Kurt Angle. Not now. That time is come and gone. Don't be doing that shit anymore. They were not having it. And it was great. I loved it. It was very fun. So anyway, but Kurt Angle gets a nice win against Chad Gable, aside from the fact that, again, oh my God. He went for those German suplexes where he usually hits 3 in a row. He hit the first one, and he struggled to get up again. I mean, they sat there for a good...
And half
10,
of that
15
stuff
seconds.
that I was watching, you could see Chad clearly jumping way before, like when he gave him the backdrop. You could clearly see Chad jumped basically over him, and he kind of did the backdrop motion, but it was very evident that Chad jumped. It didn't look like an actual backdrop.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, man. It's just to watch him try to get around, it's really tough to look at. So, But anyway, he's only got a few more weeks left, and good for him. Going out the way he wants to go out. So Angle with the win over Chad Gable tonight. So then we have the Boss and Hug connection come out. And, well, first of all, we go backstage for a nice segment with Baron Corbin. He's sitting there with the Revival, and I'm thinking, fuck, man, don't put the Revival with Baron Corbin. Like,
that's what they need.
give him a chance, you know?
That's actually what they need, though.
With Baron Corbin, you think?
Yeah, because Baron Corbin's so hated that even if they don't have to be buddy-buddy like kind of how Corbin was with Lashley and McIntyre, but just to be seen like that they fuck with him on that level, like talking, would get the Revival more heat.
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck the Revival's supposed to be. At some point, they looked like faces. At some point, they look. Yeah. I mean, obviously, they're supposed to be heels, but for a while there, it looked like they were faces. It just fucking.
They still kind of play like their face, like when they did the whole talking, and Apollo was like, "That's why no one likes you," and they like, "You guys like me," and they're like, "Hell no!"
Exactly, which was actually kind of funny. Baron Corbin was like, "Oh, you guys like me, right? Hell no!" and he walks off. Thank you, Get the Tables, for the Super Hearts over there on Periscope. Again, you guys can continue to drop those and share the program if you haven't done so already. We always appreciate those shares as well. So, Baron Corbin basically accepts a match against Apollo Crews. Then we go back out to the ring for the Boss and Hug connection, who are asked if they're ducking the Iconics, which has actually been a lot of fun seeing the Iconics call out the Boss and Hug over on SmackDown Live. They announced that they will be there tomorrow night on SmackDown Live to confront the Iconics. And here come Natalya and Beth Phoenix. And we get ourselves another setup for a WrestleMania match where basically Beth Phoenix informs us that, as you might expect, she came out of retirement to chase these tag team titles, and she wants a match alongside Natalya against the Boss and Hug connection at WrestleMania for the women's tag team championships. How you feeling about that?
I'm not so jazzed about the Natalya part of it.
So you're liking Beth Phoenix?
Yeah, liking Beth Phoenix, but I mean,
Beth Phoenix makes those other two look like fucking midgets, man. I mean, Beth Phoenix.
Well, she's not exactly a tall person, but she's just she's just still jacked.
Yeah, she's absolutely jacked. Divas of Doom. Chris, when is an Iconics? Yeah, I got to get an Iconics command. Thank you, Mike Check. I'll work on that one.
We need to fuck the Revival.
No, we do not. Yeah. There's an exclamation point FTR if you want to put that in there. Okay. They are that. So it's looking like that match is going to happen. Then all of a sudden, Sasha starts talking some shit to Natalya. Natalya starts talking some shit back. Natalya slaps Sasha. They start fighting. Beth Phoenix throws them off. Blah, blah, blah. Little schmaz going on. And spills out the ring. And all of a sudden, here comes Tamina. Kicks the shit out of a couple people from behind. Out comes Nia Jax talking about how she's so much better.
God,
blah,
that's
blah, 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 blah.
fucking bad. So bad.
And
it's
looking like,
bad.
Based on what we saw tonight,
a triple threat.
You
or
might
probably four-way.
actually be getting a triple threat match.
I think you're going to get a four-way.
You think you'd throw the Iconics in there?
Yeah, I think you throw the Iconics in there because that's why they're whole reason they're going over to SmackDown. So I think Iconics, the Samoan Slaughterhouse, Natalya and Beth, and Boss and Hug.
All right, well, maybe we do get a fatal four-way, but it looks like Nia and Tamina are sticking around for another go at the tag titles. Looks like Beth and Natalya will be back, and we'll see what happens with the Iconics tomorrow on SmackDown Live. But yeah, I don't know. I'm psyched about seeing Beth Phoenix again.
Not so much about Nia, because I hate this version of Nia. Like, she just needs to be a beast, not a catty bitch. Like, that's pretty much how she's playing, like Mean Girls, like, oh, I'm prettier than you.
Yes,
Who
you just wish you were Beth. You just wish you were as pretty as I was.
I mean, this is what the thing that takes the Divas movement or the women's movement and throws it right back to being divas.
Diva shit, yeah.
Because, I thought we were past that. These women should not be fighting over, I think you're jealous because I'm fucking prettier than you.
Yeah, I agree.
That. And then you take your biggest fucking, could be the monster heel. She could be the Braun Strowman. And at one point, they kind of pushed her as the Braun Strowman of the women's division. And then you reduce her to a catty, mean girl bitch.
And especially when she's getting ready to feud with fucking Beth Phoenix. Like, yeah. That's
you
awesome.
If done right with Nia, that could have been a one-on-one match at Mania. Nia
It really
Jax
could
versus
have.
Beth Phoenix.
Who said it on here? Somebody said they fucked up Raven's Blood. They fucked up Beth Phoenix announcement coming out of retirement. Yeah, it was just kind of thrown in there as a, like, oh, by the way, I'm coming back for this match. Like, no, that should have been a big deal. And again, yeah, I'm with you. Nia Jax being a monster and Beth Phoenix coming back fucking Glamazon against the monster of your women's division.
Yes.
That could have been fucking awesome.
But now we get... I mean, it's just so bad.
Luis is not feeling Angle versus Corbin either.
No.
Fatal 4-way, and don't worry, it'll be a ladder match too, says No Effects. No build-up for the Raw tag titles. All we got was the Revival backstage saying they don't like Baron Corbin, little comedy segment, and that was it. So
about it.
Okay, whatever. But there's your women's build-up. So anyway, we come back, and we had... I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. We actually had a match between... Natalya and Sasha Banks that was made during the commercial break when the little schmoz was going on. And that's when Nia and Tamina came out. So I didn't mean to leave that part out. So basically Nia and Tamina fucked the match because there was no winner. There was no announcement like, oh, this is a no contest or so-and-so's been disqualified. No, just the bell rang and we went to fucking Nia's promo and went to commercial. Whatever.
Don't forget the announcement of the chick in the Hall of Fame that worked behind the scenes, I guess.
Yes, we did have the announcement of
for the Warrior Award.
The recipient of this year's Warrior Award, a WWE employee, which I always kind of prefer when it's a kid
or someone, I mean, I get they're honoring her because if she's been around that long and stuff, it gives her some due. But I mean, and that she was part of like instrumental in the partnership between Susan G. Komen and the WWE. So I get it.
Yeah. From a business perspective, makes sense.
I love the build up how they're like embodies all these traits of the warrior. And they seem to leave out, like bigot and hate monger.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That
wasn't very good.
The things that are not PC, but he was very much like.
Yes, very much so. So then another segment where I was totally fucking lost and I had no idea what was going on. Is this Mojo Rawley segment. So did you catch this or were you on your way?
No, I saw that. And I mean, I dig what they're doing kind of. It's just now we've got to see another layer to it. You know what
Hopefully
I mean?
it manifests itself prior to WrestleMania.
Yes, because we've seen him talking into the mirror. Like, I mean, it was cool the very first time where they shot it where you thought he was just talking and then you didn't really realize until the camera panned around and he's talking to himself in the mirror. But now that we've seen it over a couple of times, it's like, okay, how does this get you any closer? I mean, when your announcers are shitting on it, like maybe you spend less time in the mirror, like how, you have this potential. You're talking about you're not going anywhere, but you haven't done anything. You've been literally the last 3 times I've seen you on TV talking to yourself in the fucking mirror.
And that's what he was talking about. He was talking about potential. And I keep saying potential. Just potential. Tired of hearing about potential. And then he's, figure it out. He's yelling at himself in the mirror. And I'm going, okay, yeah, all right. Where does he fit in the WrestleMania picture? Hopefully this isn't some build to get him fired up to go back and win the Andre the Giant Battle Royale for the fucking second time.
I mean, this is just, they've really kind of shit on the legacy, in my opinion, of Andre with this Battle Royal. Because, I mean, at first, like when Cesaro won it, it seemed like a big deal because it was the first. And then you saw nothing happen with Cesaro. There was an imminent push or nothing. And then, you had Big Show, who, nothing.
Yeah, Baron
Corbin, nothing.
Well, Corbin had a nice little run. Got himself the Money in the Bank.
That he lost.
United States champion.
That he lost.
Had a chance. Well, he held it.
But
for a while.
He didn't.
Didn't he win the U.S. title? Yeah, he won the U.S. title.
He won the U.S. title, but he did not hold it for a while.
Well, okay. Had the Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania on the pre-show because nobody really liked it. But yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. It hasn't been a...
Yeah, so, I mean, it hasn't built, so... No, I don't think there needs to be any build because literally your Andre the Giant Battle Royal is filled with, the Losers Club.
No effects. Mojo will be in the XFL next year. And Brooke's ready for him to get off of WWE as well. King of Swing with Heyman went nowhere. Yeah, it's crazy. So then we come back to everybody's favorite high flyer, Ricochet, actually in a very entertaining match against Jinder Mahal. Good match for Ricochet, made him look good. Jinder bumped him around a little bit, knocked him around a little bit, but Ricochet comes through and gets a win, does some of his high flying shit, finishes with the 630. Looking great. That was when I tweeted out, because our buddy Kyle King from over on the Heel Turn podcast said if Ricochet is not in the Money in the Bank match this year, he's going to have to cancel his several free WWE Network subscriptions. And that's when I said, man, with the guys that they have right now that don't have Mania matches as of this moment, bringing back that, and I know I keep harping on this because I enjoyed the shit out of it. That Intercontinental title ladder match, man. I loved the shit out of that match. And if you could put Lashley, no, you don't see him as a ladder match guy, but he's the champ, so put him in there. Lashley. You could put guys, you could put Balor in there, you could put Kevin Owens in there, you could put Ricochet in there, and all of a sudden, that match is fucking sweet. Like, that match would be awesome. I wish they'd bring that match back. I really enjoyed it. I really did. Ray makes it look better. Okay. But anyway, Ricochet with a nice win over Jinder Mahal. No Aleister Black. Almost said Aleister Fiend. No Aleister Black. Apparently, he's on his... he's handling some business God, really? In the homeland.
That's fucked up, Chris.
What?
The whole Ricochet.
Well, yeah, see, I didn't want the Nightbot to be heavily... The Nightbot says what the Nightbot says. See, he doesn't favor me or you. He talks as much shit about you as he does about me. So
no, I'm just saying the whole part about since we don't get things right, which we rarely do.
This is true.
That
expect him to blow out a knee and retire.
That's fucked up. Don't put that shit out in the universe.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Yeah, see, Mike check Silky, your elbow's crossing the line. There it is right there. See the S and the B? Right there. There you go. See, we can see the rock in the back there.
Fuck that. Anyway,
KO versus Angle should be the match. KO is young and also better than Corbin. Well, I don't know if he's... KO's not younger than Corbin.
No.
I don't think he is anyway.
No, I don't think so. But better than Corbin's relative.
Aleister Black was actually, to finish that thought, sorry, Aleister Black was actually on his honeymoon with Zelina Vega, from what I heard.
Yes.
So, Raven's Blood.
I love how
Zelina
they
Vega's
said tending to business back in his home end.
Yeah.
Because you can't just announce that the heel manager of Andrade has just married one of the biggest faces.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on, we got to the Ronda and Dana segment. And look, I'll give credit to WWE. They were doing their best to try to make it seem like Dana Brooke had a shot in this thing.
No, they didn't.
This could be the upset of the century. And yeah, they played her as the underdog.
Of course they played her, but they didn't make it seem like Dana Brooke could do it. They were stating facts.
Yes.
It's facts. If Dana Brooke would have beaten Ronda Rousey, that would quite possibly be the biggest upset in WWE ever.
Right, so, and if you watch wrestling enough, you go, holy shit, they're mentioning this so often, this shit might actually happen. At least that's what I was thinking.
No,
because
I was thinking
I didn't think she was going to win, but...
They're mentioning it so often, this might be a really good match where they do the whole where she might win.
Exactly, give her a shot. See, Nightbot knows that Dana Brooke's Black Man's Kryptonite as well. What happened to Dana Brooke's... Okay, everybody keeps wanting to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What happened to Dana Brooke's face? Because you're all about Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
What's going on with Dana's face?
No clue. Maybe she...
Is she just really tired?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something odd going on.
It looked like more like she had some work almost, because it felt
that's what everybody's saying.
It looked like her skin was pulled back.
It was like stretched like... Yeah, it's crazy. I actually thought Dana Brooke had a chance... And why was Travis punching security? Okay, we're going to get to that here in a minute. So, basically, gang, they kept talking about Dana Brooke. Dana. Ronda comes out, Ronda walk. Ronda does her Ronda walk to the ring. Very upset. I think we went to commercial or something.
Yeah, that's when we went to commercial and they came back to the Seth Rollins.
Yeah, so Ronda walks to the ring. We go to commercial. Okay, Ronda and Dana Brooke is coming back. We come back with that match. We come back to fucking Seth Rollins. Because, of course.
Go back to Ronda in the ring, who's the champ, so I don't know why she came out first.
Yes.
And then
just standing there waiting.
And then cut to Dana Brooke doing the interview before she comes out.
Yeah, not Dana Brooke coming to the ring.
No, she does the interview from
an interview backstage with Dana Brooke where she's talking about how, hey,
Destiny, blah,
Destiny,
blah, blah, blah,
underdog. I'm going to make it happen, blah, 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 blah. Dana Brooke comes out, gets fucking rolled in about 12 seconds. I mean, that's literally how long the match was.
I mean, they gave you the thought like, oh, she catches her foot and then gives her a smack, and then she kneed her, took her over. And that's how she should do the armbar, not the way she's been doing it.
So then we got into the insane shit. So first of all, Ronda's gone full on heel, and I fucking love that. I think it's great. I think she's finally acting like the badass that she should act like. Wouldn't let go of the armbar. So the referee basically sits there and yells at her to let go of the arm, and she won't. So then he yells at her a little louder to let go of the arm, and she won't. Why the referee isn't literally trying to pull Ronda Rousey off of the fucking wrestler is beyond me, but he's not. So then a second referee comes and runs in the ring. And does he try to pull Ronda off of Dana Brooke? No, he fucking yells at her too. So you had two referees basically sitting there watching Ronda Rousey all but break Dana Brooke's arm.
Which she had on way too long, because that basically exposed that she was working that armbar, because anyone who watches MMA knows that girl's arm should have been broken. Like, it would have snapped 5 seconds in if she had actually put real pressure. So that's why I'm not a big fan of that move in the professional wrestling aspect. It's one of those things you can't really work and keep the realness. You can't have someone put you in it and you fight like you do when you saw like Stone Cold fighting in the sharpshooter and passing out from the blood loss. No, this move that as soon as they get that arm straight, you need to be tapping out.
Exactly right.
To preserve the integrity. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Exactly right. So basically, Ronda finally decides she's going to let go of this armbar. And then the referee decides to put his fucking hand on Ronda. Like, hey, Ronda, what the fuck are you doing? So she slaps the referee again. Other referee freaks out. Out comes security from the back, because we had the extra security because Mr. Mystery fucking referee earlier let us know we had extra security. So Ronda rolls out of the ring and walks up to Travis Brown, who's sitting in the front row. And they share this weird fucking look where she's just like, oh, baby, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so great. I love you so much. It's like she went from psychotic crazy woman to this weird, like, fucking odd bachelor moment that they're sharing. And then when a security guard comes up, she puts on mean Ronda face again, and fucking punches that guy. And is basically challenging. She's surrounded. Ronda Rousey is surrounded by like 5 fucking security guards and is basically daring any of them to come at her. I'll kick your asses.
Come at me, bro.
And these fucking pussies will not. Nobody goes after her. This was after Travis Brown grabs one of them and fucking throws a forearm shank to the dude's face and about knocks his fucking head off.
Which that did look good.
There was no final rose. Indeed, there was not.
But the whole point, I mean, you get it. Would you have, let's put yourself in that position. Like, let's assume this is a legit thing, right?
Yes.
Would you have gone in and tried to put your hands on Ronda to pull her
If I
away
got 4 other guys around me, yes.
when her 6'8" husband is right there behind her too, and he fights just as well as she does? Which is not very well since they both lost and they're both on WWE TV. That's neither here nor there. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah. Watch out, everybody. Ronda's gone rogue. Yeah, that's what Raven's Blood says. What's she done that's so rogue? Well, she's hitting referees, Raven's Blood, and security guards who are fucking worthless, as always. They always are in WWE, but holy shit were they worthless here. And yeah, Bob Ruski, why is an audience member getting involved in the fucking match?
Yeah,
we've seen that shit before, though. Again, it's a wrestling thing. We've seen Stephen Amell jump the fucking barricade and get into shit.
But the thing is, with Steve Amell and with Lawrence Taylor and with any other, generally, they're getting fucked with by the wrestler. Like, it was weeks and weeks of Cody Rhodes as Stardust fucking with Stephen Amell and then disrespect him all over social media and at every chance he got, and then physically putting his hands on him. Lawrence Taylor, it was the same thing with Bam Bam Bigelow. It was Bam Bam who disrespected him and pie-faced him at the Royal Rumble, and that set everything up. It wasn't just some like Lawrence Taylor just sitting there, ooh, I'm into the show, I'm going to just punch this dude.
Well, and it was...
And that's what the Travis Brown thing seemed like. Is like, it had nothing to do with the Ronda and Charlotte and Becky match is just Ronda going off, and you don't need him because it's women. Like, he can't really do anything to the women.
Well,
so why have him there?
He's there. I know what you're saying.
It works. It's one of the things that, it works the other way around. Had it been like Travis who jumped to WWE and Ronda was in the crowd, Ronda can then step forward and punch a man and hit a man and do something like that to help her husband. You can't flip that and have Travis doing anything to Becky or Charlotte.
No, in this case.
So if you can't do that, that's kind of seems like it was the setup, like he's going to be in her corner, right? Why do that when you know there's no payoff? He's not going to touch him. The most he'll do maybe is trip him when they hit the ropes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But he can't really do anything to her.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's just Cyborg. The Miz's father didn't hit anybody. I don't think the Miz's dad loves him, says
Pretty much.
Yeah. Ronda's man was there because Brock was there. Well, okay. So anyway, that odd shit went on. Kind of par for the course for tonight. A lot of odd shit happening. Then we finally got our Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin match. Remember, earlier in the evening, we've just built Baron Corbin as the final opponent for Kurt Angle in his farewell match at WrestleMania. So what does Baron Corbin do? Go out and fucking lose to Apollo Crews 20 days before WrestleMania. And I know what you're saying earlier about you trying to bring Corbin down and Angle up or whatever the fuck, but
I mean, now I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think of why you would do something like that is have him lose, is you're trying to bring him down to a level of Kurt Angle.
Also, for public image sake, you don't want Travis Brown on your TV. Well, okay. So, yeah. Apollo Crews with the roll-up stolen victory. Against Baron Corbin there. And then we get to Batista talking about his history with Triple H and why he wanted this match, and a little interview segment with Michael Cole. Talk. It's pretty much all we're going to get from these guys heading into WrestleMania as far as Triple H and Batista are concerned. Maybe
go home.
A little schmaz here or there, but probably not a whole lot. And finally, we got around to our main event of the evening, Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins. Decent match.
Good match.
Looked like Rollins had it wrapped up, and Silky Baines called the finish when we were sitting there because...
and if you hadn't fucked up our board somehow, I'd play the Negro Dominus
I don't know what's going on with our board, man. It's I had to take I had to take $1 Million Studios apart to go over to the DZW show. Came and put everything back earlier
Apparently
today.
He didn't put it back correctly.
And things just decided...
You put it back the way you left it. And apparently you didn't do that.
I put everything back where it was, and all of a sudden it was like, nope, this isn't going to work now.
Give me what I want.
Exactly.
I can't do a slobber because these mics are very expensive.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you do the... somebody needs to give Silky the exclamation Batista. That's another of our Nightbot commands. So anyway, but a good match, and... essentially, Rollins has got the match won. Cue Brock Lesnar's music. He walks out onto the ramp just enough to distract Rollins, who eats a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Lesnar and Heyman smile. Ha ha, we fucked you over. And there's your Monday Night Raw. Silky's digging the Nightbot. So we got to come up with some Nightbot stuff. That's one of the things that you guys hopefully are enjoying over here on Twitch. And if you're not, get over on Twitch. If you're on Periscope and you're leaving commentary, by the way, and we're not seeing it because sometimes it doesn't show up in our little chat over here.
I saw a couple of them,
but if you are over there on Periscope, thank you very much. We hope you'll consider jumping over to Twitch and subscribing to us over there. Thank you to DX and Mr. Mad Dog Drake for the follows over there on Twitch, and we hope the rest of you will follow us as well. Of course, that's Brock's way, bitch ass. Brooke cannot handle some.
Well, I mean, I'm not too fond of that finish either, because it basically gives credence. Like, it makes Brock look like he thinks he's a threat. Brock is not a mind games. I mean, he's a big corn-fed motherfucker who picks heavy shit up and throws it around, including people. So he should not be playing mind games of, like, coming out, distracting so Seth can eat a loss. Because in his mind, he can beat Seth. So why try to devalue Seth?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's a prize fighter, almost kind of like Kevin Owens. Like the better Seth looks, the more money he makes theoretically for having this match. So why have him lose?
Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. But again, it's an odd build to this year's WrestleMania. Man, at least on the Raw side of things, it's just not looking altogether interesting. So tomorrow night, we're gonna hear the Miz's side of the Shane Miz breakup. I couldn't really give a shit about that. Like,
I mean, I think it's going to be interesting because, I mean, let's be honest though. This match is probably way more interesting than anything Raw's put forward.
Well, yeah,
with the exception
it's a fucking low bar.
Well, no, even counting Brock and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it's just been. I mean, it's been a mess. It's been a mess.
They boggled it from the word jump. So
we're trying to stay positive about this and look forward to it. And granted, by the time we get to Mania, I fully expect Rollins and Brock Lesnar to put on a great match.
Yeah, they're going to have a great match.
It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think Shane and Miz will have a great match.
I don't think they'll have a great match, but
no, they will have
Shane
a great match.
Shane will jump off some shit and
they'll have a great match.
Well,
who else will shit? That's about the triple threat will be good.
Kofi, if he ends up against Daniel Bryan, will be a fucking great match.
Yes,
I'll totally look forward to that one. Who are the Usos facing? Do we have an opponent for the Usos yet?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we do yet either. So, we don't know anything about the Revival either. So
we know they won't be on the show, so that's
maybe
what
it'll
we
be
do.
The Revival and the Usos. Maybe we get champs against champs. That might be kind of interesting.
Well,
you never know.
Are they unifying the titles?
I don't think so, but
then there's no point in that because we just saw, well, not these teams, but we just saw SmackDown champs versus Raw champs at fucking Survivor Series.
Yeah, this is true. And Randy Orton and AJ Styles, which actually looks like a good one. Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle, they might surprise us, but Randy Orton, AJ Styles looks like it's going to be a good one as well. And whatever ends up happening with Samoa Joe, that fat bastard, you call him sloppy fucking. I can't have my fun.
It worked before you broke it.
I know it did. That's another one we gotta add that to the Nightbot as well.
Yeah. Before put it on their exclamation point. Speez. It worked before you broke it.
Something like that. But anyway, SmackDown Live tomorrow. We'll see what happens with Kofi in his gauntlet match. Got to take on Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Cesaro, Eric Rowan. It's going to be tough for him, but I kind of got a feeling that maybe he pulls it off. Yes, and we did not want to gloss over the fact that AJ Styles announced earlier today that he has re-signed with WWE. I don't think that's huge news. Well, I mean, I don't want to say it's huge news. I don't think it's a huge surprise.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people saw him sticking around, so we shall see.
Talk about some New Japan?
We could talk about some New Japan. It's getting to be about that time. We could talk some New Japan on Wednesday when we come through for our this week's edition of the Benchmark Power Rankings, which hopefully Silky's gotten some rest between now and then.
I won't, but it's going to be interesting.
Yes, and AJ did get a
Shane
new puppy
McMahon's
as well.
number one.
We'll see about that.
Just to fuck with you guys for talking shit about my list.
Brooke wants to know, do you have Finn Balor going to SmackDown Live after the shakeup?
After the shakeup, it's one of those possibly. I see him. Yeah, I could definitely see him now that he's not champ anymore. Going to SmackDown. I mean, I don't know how much better he'll fare on SmackDown because
could revive that Finn Balor Samoa Joe feud, perhaps. If he gets over there.
That's the thing is, I don't want to see him. If you're putting him on SmackDown, I want to see him against new people that I haven't seen.
Okay, let's get him in there against fucking Almas. That'd be outstanding.
That would be great. I would subscribe to that.
Yeah, him against AJ Styles. Be great. There's plenty of stuff for him to do. So.
Oh yeah, and thanks, Mike, for just wanted to give good news. My grandmother did finish her last round of chemo.
Excellent.
So the next step is going to the doctor to see. They're anticipating that it's small enough that she's gonna be able to have it all taken out, just a surgery, and then she will be cancer free.
Badass. Well, that is great news. Excellent news. Thank you all for the prayers and the thoughts to Silky's grandma.
Everybody.
Thank you, Kristen, for the kind words. Mike Check, No Effects, all you guys. We appreciate that. Jody Mania, thank you guys. So, We are back Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Remember, no longer Thursdays. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully the benchmark of punctuality will be here.
Well,
if he's not selling cars for folks and getting...
Yeah, that's the downside. No, now that not wrestling, I have, got to do something with my free time.
The shoot job, that's right.
Yeah, shoot job, selling cars. So anyone that lives near or can get to the John Eagle Honda, holla at your boy.
Holla at the benchmark for sure.
I'll get you a car.
Exactly. So, should we try? We're going to go to the music again. See, I got to go to the phone.
No, don't go to the phone.
We're going
it
to the
sounds
music.
like donkey balls.
Shut up. It does not sound that bad. It does not.
It sounds like balls.
It does not.
Complete balls.
What are you talking about?
It sounds horrible, Chris.
It does not sound. It sounds better than silence is what it sounds like.
No, we could talk over the exit of this. How about we do that?
How about we do what? Just talk to the end? No, we're going to put the music
We're going to talk, and we're going to give a good send-off, and we're not going to play this music that sounds like donkey balls. Yeah.
See, it sounds good because I turned off the telephone call before we did it.
Still sounds like donkey balls.
It does not. It sounds just as good as it.
No, it does not.
Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, right here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for being with us. Good night, everybody. Wait. Good night, everybody.
Fuck that one up.